Yeah, so I've been working with the MPC One Plus and the Boss RC505 MK2 and MK1 all at the same time. And I'm starting to realize that there's a connection, a real connection um, between loops that are repetitive, something that repeats itself over and over and over again. Jose, I think you're by. Wait, hang on. Why was that? Come back. Come back here. Meet you at work. Oh, no. Um, I'm gonna have to call Jose. Let's see. Can we do it? What's up, dude? Um, so you wanted to. Okay. That'll probably be yeah. Well, I think they picked a public place because they were concerned. Yeah. Well, I'll bring it to work. And I'll see if they can. If not, then I'll just bring it home. Yeah. Yeah. I'll ask. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah. No, I understand. All right, man. We'll work it out. All right, man. I'll text the buyer and we'll get this MIDI controller sold. All right, man. I'll talk to you soon. All right, later. Oh, come on. All right, we're gonna have to try again. We are streaming on YouTube, but this whole process doesn't work well when I have interruptions and I get overwhelmed. I don't like it. Okay. Can we pull it up? Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. We're going to play a track that I came up with on Split. It's a stack. Yeah. wonder why it went. It keeps. I don't know. Facebook Live is wild. It just does what it wants to do whenever it wants to do it. I don't understand why. Um. Yeah. I wish I could just plug my audio interface into my phone. I don't know if you have to do it before you start or after. We're going to talk about it. Interfaces that are USB-C can plug into your phone, right? So you can essentially have a connection with the audio, right? Via USB-C. There's a lot that goes on. I have what's called a dongle. Look, this is what's called a UETETO. It looks like a V. All right. It's great. I call it a dongle because it looks like a dongle. It hangs from a cord. Anyways, the UTETO interface can plug into your phone, and it uses the phone software, whatever the bit rate, sample rate, or whatever it is, and it sends a signal in to the phone. Okay. So your recording software picks up whatever is going through this line. Right. And I think it's in mono. So if you thought for 1 second that my music is stereo, you're wrong. The whole time. There's no stereo adjustments made whatsoever. Mono is bigger, louder, in your face. I use one monitor speaker. Mono. One. In your face. Two speakers playing the same thing at the same time. Your headphones playing the same thing at the same time. There's no 3D, tricks. There's no surround sound. It's not meant for that. It's meant to come from the origin track, the original track. All right? So plug the dongle in, right? Here we go. It says was live. I don't know if I'm live anymore. We're going to delete it. We're going to go live again. There was this thing that what was it, Wayne's World? I don't know if they could mute me for that, but there was this thing that they did. Whoa. And they were like, whoa. Yeah. Like right in your face. They panned in and whatnot. I thought that was awesome. Why do you think people live stream? They want to get their stuff out there. They want to be authentic. They want to be real. Right in their home. Right in that special place where magic happens. It's right here. I could take all this stuff and perform at some bar for a bunch of drunks, but I wouldn't be around people that I would want to be around. Yeah. What, for a couple $100? I'd rather keep making music. than spend my time with a bunch of alcoholics. I used to be one. Well, I am one. You know, I just don't drink anymore. Point of the matter is that music has a way of healing the mind, right? Loopology is a very interesting term because it serves a lot of different purposes. Um, it's a science. It's a method. Um, it's a thought process. It's a philosophy. It's a way to make music, you know? And it focuses more on presence. You have to be more present to make music this way, doing it live, than you would doing it with a DAW and just showing the screen off. You know, music is something that's been in my heart ever since I was 11 years old. It was in my heart when I heard the band U2 for the first time. My mom was a huge U2 fan. She loved Bono. she was just she has seen him too in like concerts, um, multiple times. All right, yeah. So there was a Joshua Tree that came out, and that album was great. And some of their other albums, like I think it was Rumble and Hum, it didn't pan out the way that they'd expected. I don't think. And there's a lot of artists that'll make a secondary album, a second album, and then it'll blow up. You know what I mean? Uh, I'm still working on the album. We may actually have to push that April 15th out because I've got a lot going on. I'm still in the I finished my taxes and sent it in, and they told me like no, the federal taxes were rejected. Yeah, so I have to go and edit them. Um, I guess you could file an amendment or whatever you want to do, but I have to go in there and take a look at some numbers, and it's a lot of work. You know what I mean? Owning a business is not easy. So yeah, I've got that. I've got work. I've got performance. I've got a um, project that I'm not going to unveil just yet. Um, it is a crazy time for me. Um, I have a schedule now. um, because I need to make sure that I'm, focused and staying focused with, what I've got. Monday through Friday, you know, even my breaks, at work. Yeah, even my breaks at work. Yeah. Loopology research. Okay. Business records. What time is it? It's 8. So this was Loopology YouTube research. Um, write down takeaways and next steps. 10 to 10:30 quiet time with my girl. Prep for tomorrow, sleep and wind down. That's all I got left. I didn't do any of this stuff other than take the dog out and did a little bit of business records. I think I was more interested in doing a live stream and simply pushing myself. I'm not worried about my mental right now. My mental's okay. I recently was, well, I was going to say was taken off my antidepressant. I actually have to go back and talk to my doctor. They charged me, I think it was $1,100 through my insurance for medication that I had paid. I think it was like $34.99 per month. I told them to put it back on the shelf. Too much. It's too expensive. There's no point in spending $1,100 on any medication for that matter. None. So I've been really focused on me and focused on the process that I have going on. And I've had moments of depression, severe depression, spikes. It's weird. And it usually happens at night, right? When other medications wear off that I take. And it's not fun. It's not fun at all. I can't be happy. Like, I feel like I can't be happy. So I know I'm in a depressive state, not a manic state. Mania is when you're constantly like running around and you can't control yourself and you make some pretty bad decisions. I don't think I'm at that point. I think I'm more resting. But I'm having trouble sleeping. So it's interesting how it's playing, it's playing back and forth. And I don't know, other than speaking to my doctor, which is going to cost me another $160. Get your mental health right, guys. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep doing these things, though. Keep streaming, keep, playing music. So we came up with a track using Splice. And it's pretty good. This one I may use. So we're gonna premiere a clip from. Well, we're not gonna tell you the songs yet, because I haven't decided where this one's gonna go and where it's not gonna go. So here we go. That's all you get. That's all you get. We're gonna go here. Okay. All right, that's just a little taste. Southside is coming. All right. So I've got some tracks that we're going to be putting out. So I think hang on here. I think this is the one here. Yeah. We finished this in on a street. Yeah, some of the older tracks that I've done. the bass wasn't as good. Like, it wasn't loud enough. I recorded this out of the hotel room. You could, it was, it was using Dolby On before I had the dongle. This thing, the Uteto, the interface. It's an interface. It just takes a TS or a TRS or instrument cable and transports it into a USB-C, which was really cool because I was like, that's all I need. And then I just put it on Dolby On, and then bam, I had a recording studio in the hotel. It was simple. I made so many tracks. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Own your space. Coffee and tea. Coffee and tea. I know how to make some good sweet tea. My girl said that, well, she's been drinking it. I know that she obviously likes it. We're gonna get off of here. I need to do some work, like some actual work instead of engaging. Am I engaging you? Oh. No. See, we're not going to show you everything yet. No, we are not. What we are going to do is we're going to record the session notes on here as a promotional live stream. Check out gdotbennettmusic.com. Or you can go on gdotbennettmusiclive.com/home. websites, guys. Yeah. And tells you a little bit about myself on the main page. Gives you a little bio, which we're going to change. We're going to change that whole website. We're going to revamp it, put all the new songs on there. I wanted to put at least when two become one, for my niece and for my sister. They love that song. They love the remixed version of it too, as well. I found out that the income that I've made is mostly from YouTube. Yeah. I don't know why, but it's true. I don't think streaming platforms, when you want to buy a song, streaming platforms, really care if it plays the whole song. You know what I mean? Because you can go on and then play the whole song and just, if you're smart enough, use a Utito and just record it. Point of the matter is, for $15.99, you can own your own library of music. What's the point? The point that I have is music is more than just pushing buttons. It's more than plucking strings. It's more than being a looper. Okay? What they call a looper. I am not a looper. I am a business. And I have a big project that I'm working on right now that I'm not going to reveal. Not yet. I wanted to do it as quickly as possible, but no. It's going to be bigger than putting music out or live streamings. It's going to be bigger than that. Anyways, okay, we're going to talk about something. Remember when I told you back a couple months ago, I think it was like 2 months ago, I think it was on Twitch, and I said that I had major tooth pain, and it was the worst tooth pain that I've ever had. The worst tooth pain. I lost the tooth this morning. Oh, come on. Lost my tooth, lost my glasses. It just snapped right off. Man, they weren't very expensive. Yeah. What a moment that was. So I have a tooth. It was huge. It was like, molar, like total molar just fell out of my face this morning when I woke up. I went like, and it fell out. Now I have a gaping hole in my left side. I have one on my right too, as well. Uppers, and I'm losing teeth, guys. What's the problem? I don't know. I'm a little worried. Lose everything. But I didn't lose everything. I got Jesus. All right, guys. Let's talk about it. We got Yeah. The g.bennettmusic logo. Yes. Snapback hat. Pong, guys. These are classic hats. 100% cotton. Pongs. Green on the inside, which is cool. Very cool. Because I'm Irish. So it works for me. I realized that the hat that I'm wearing right now, right, is perfectly centered or perfectly to the justified to the right. It's just a good hat. I like these hats, these Yupong hats. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 of them. Yeah. Yeah, Yupong. I have to look it up. It's got a number to it. All right, Monday break use. So we missed doing a list of missing business records. 12 to 12:30 today during break. Review creator/business record keeping ideas. Choose tonight's record task. Get control of your records. I need to do that. So we're gonna do that. All right. I need to touch my instruments more. Yep. So me and Grace have a session tomorrow from 8:30 to 9. Yep. And from 9 to 9:30, the PSR and me have a session. Then at 9:30, I take the dog out. I gotta make sure that I'm getting Buttercup outside more often. Yeah, she needs to do it. It's just a sample, guys. It's not the whole song. I need to get more in touch with my instruments, specifically my guitar. I need it. So I'm going to play some songs that I wrote prior and play to them to come up with a better track, come up with something that's better. Study my own prior work, because there's work that I've done that I've just like done, put out, done, put out, done, put out. And I was very anxious and manic and put my energy into it and my soul. And it changed by listening to the song. It changed me. And I was like, whoa, reflection completely. So I understand how music can definitely change a life, can save a life too, as well. Yeah. There was an album, an artist by the name of Alice in Wonderland, um, who I listened to a lot. There's something soothing about her voice and, the way that she made music. She's an I don't know what you want to put her in. Um, Trap, future, bass. Um, you know, classically trained cellist. Yeah, from Australia. You know, pregnant on the ones and twos. I thought that was crazy. How do you do that? You know, I mean, it's easy to do it, right? It would make sense, but like, what's crazy about it is that you can have pregnancy and then DJ, and the baby's gonna hear this, you know, loud music, and it'll be affected by it. My son was affected by some of the music that I played. Some of it put him to sleep and gave him peace. I'd turn it on and it uh it didn't put him to sleep. It helped keep him asleep, or it soothed him. He was crying and all this, and I put on some music, and he, oh, and listened to it. And so there's some philosophies and some um, interesting things about music that I love and need in my life. Everybody has a need for music. A need, not a want, a need. There's something deep inside of us that says, I need to listen to this. I need to hear this again. I need to find a way to write something that I can listen to over and over and over again, you know, and it would help me uh, soothe myself, you know. So there's this cycle, guys, where it's like um, my PhD friend Len was telling me about the droplets, right? And he was going into this, and I still, to this day, after talking with him, have thought about how the rain cycle works up and down. So there's a mountain, there's an ocean, there's the valley, the peak of the mountain, there's the clouds, there's a rainstorm, right? So the rain droplets come down. I think this is how he said it. The rain droplets come down and they go into the, the ocean, if you will, go deep down into the ocean, and then they rise up again. Osmosis is it? Maybe not osmosis. Um, I'm not a scientist when it comes to earth science, but um, evaporation, that's the word. Evaporation, and then it goes into clouds, into the air, right? And then it rains again, right? On top of the mountain. So you can go from being deep, low in the ocean in the dark, right? To being on top of the mountain again. And it's a cycle. So those water droplets drip, 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 trickling down the mountain from the top. So we have these moments in life where music um, represents that. It's a cycle, right? So in a composition, we want to um, create something that brings you to a uh, higher level of thought, something that makes you feel at a higher level, or a thought process that happens during the song. If somebody could sing a melody, or not a melody line, but a vocal line, and you're like, whoa, I was totally thinking that right now. Hey, like a pastor in a church who's, yeah, that sermon was really good today. He yeah, felt like he was talking right to me. Oftentimes I talk to myself. You know, it helps think through things. Um, I have a friend that I want to bring on uh, the live stream after 7 o'clock. I'm gonna call her on Saturday to see if she'll come on. Um, but I want her to explain her story a little bit, and give her story when it comes to uh, sobriety. And it's important to share back and forth with things. Um, yeah, so I did a live stream on sober sister, sober sister, and it's uncensored recovery. Now she's got a podcast that you guys can check out. I don't know if she's posted it yet though. The first track, the first podcast track that she did, was me, and I told my story about my sobriety, and what had happened and where I came from, why I was homeless, and you know what happened with family and friends, and relationships, and this and that, and my relationship with alcohol, and what happened ultimately in the end. Now, I'm a very spiritual person. I pray a lot now. I pray when I wake up. I pray during the day. I pray when I go to sleep. Like things like losing my tooth was a blessing, because now I can actually like brush my teeth in that spot, and I don't have to like pick out food so my tooth doesn't get infected and my mouth doesn't get infected. I had to go to the hospital twice. I'm chewing ice. So there's this word mukbang. Does anybody understand what mukbang is about? It's really popular. Watching somebody with like huge amounts of food, and they're gluttonous, like completely gluttonous, and then they stream it, or they do a YouTube video, or a podcast, or whatever it may. Well, not a podcast, but a video stream, and you can watch these people chow down on pounds and pounds and pounds of food. There's these people that do food competitions too, that do the same thing, this mukbang. I don't understand that at all. We weren't designed to do that. I mean, God made our stomachs to stretch, I'm sure, and you could force yourself to eat, 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 eat. But why is it so popular? It's beyond me. What is it? Because of the food? Is it because of is the person fat? Do they have a nice looking mouth? Is it a sexual thing? I just don't get it. I don't understand it. And I'm not gonna try to better understand it. So we have a session. Yeah, we're not that's gonna be so we had a one session earlier. This session I don't know when it started. Um when we started live streaming. We're gonna get off of here. I got work to do. I gotta take the dog out. I gotta cook. I gotta spend some time with my girl. I gotta clean up, and I'm gonna go to bed. Do it tomorrow. I hope you guys like some of the stuff that I put up there. Um, but yeah, no, this is not a. It's not always going to be a performance. I don't think performing is a live streaming source like every single time that I live stream. Sometimes I have conversations, um, with all of you, and I want to connect. um, we all seek connection, so I'm doing that. Shout out to the followers on YouTube that have recently followed me. I went from like 11 followers to like 20 followers, I guess, in the last month. So I'm pleased. I'm happy with that. Hey, if I could reach 20 people, there's 100 more out there that I could reach. Hey, look at this guy. Look at what he's doing. You know what I mean? There's people doing what I'm doing. They just don't do it the same way I do it. And I have a proprietary process that I've come up with called Loopology. I'm not going to give you the whole process yet because we've got a big project coming your way, and we're not doing it for free anymore. I may jump on here every once in a while, but we're not doing it for free anymore. I've got a project, and we're going to make the best of it. And we're going to increase revenue. I want be in your ears, guys. Let's go. I want to be in your heart, too, as well. All right, so gdotbennettmusic, we make loops. We're out. We're going to go ahead and close this up. G.Bennett Music.